right here tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, your time now, 6:28. It's still to come on Good Morning Jacksonville. Terrifying moments in the sky for more than 100 passengers. A plane forced to make an emergency landing at JIA. What Southwest says caused this incident. We're back in 2 minutes.
Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, mic check 1 2.
Stuck in the middle of the field.
Live from the studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25, this is Good Morning Jacksonville at 6:30.
Your time now is 6:30, and here's the latest news from overnight. A Southwest flight made an emergency landing at JIA after a terrifying incident. The plane had a pressurization issue causing oxygen masks to be released. One passenger says his water bottle imploded, and he even broke a blood vessel from falling so fast.
Second big story this morning, at least 5 people have died. Thousands are now without power. Storms wreak havoc across the south. The wind so powerful, trees were snapped. Homes damaged. Even a church was lifted off of its foundation in Alabama. Habitats at a zoo were destroyed, though they say the animals are okay. Emergency crews assessing the damage this morning.
And that same system is bringing some heavy rain across the southeast Georgia and the First Coast this morning. You're looking now live at our radar where showers are really just pouring down heavy rain, we know, and thunderstorms, making for a wet morning commute. For more on that, let's turn things over to meteorologist Mike Prangley.
Hey, good morning. Just rain outside, and yeah, it is soggy. It's like walking into sponge-like atmosphere. It's just warm, tropical, humid weather. And what we've had this morning is just a soggy mess for most of us. We're talking about 1 to 2 inch rain amounts along I-10, Duval, St. Johns County, even Putnam County, northern Putnam County, Palatka getting in on some of that rain. No watches or warnings at this time, but just a very slow go, and unfortunately the accidents are adding up. So Katie will have more on that. The strongest storms right now out toward Lake, Butler, and Brooker. These are the storms that could put down more than the heavy rain. We're talking maybe some wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, along with some more of that lightning. That's heading towards Stark and Highway 301. So I'm still going to watch that area very closely. We take a look outside, and there's our soggy parking lot, 65, 100% humidity. Yes, we're saturated in a big way. And unfortunately, as we head through today, we're going to stay in that warm tropical sector. So this morning, looking for some gusty winds, especially toward Lake Butler, Highway 301, 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. The rest of us, localized flooding, and watch some of that lightning. Now, as we look at the hour by hour, we have a second line of rain on the way. We'll get a little break by mid to late morning, but notice 2:30, 3 o'clock, we're going to keep an eye to the sky for our second round We'll let you know how intense that will be. But first, we've got Katie here. Boy, what a morning, Katie, in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Like you said, it's just been accident after accident so far this morning. Your time is 6:32. This is a look here at Blanding near Kingsley, and you can see the reflection here of all of that rain that is just pouring on the roadways. Some very heavy rain, especially along I-10, which is where we have seen a lot of the accidents, as well as US 90. At US 90 eastbound, still seeing delays near Housing Mill Road. That's near Cecil Commerce Parkway out here. It looks like an eastbound lane could still be blocked, so please be careful. Also, Normandy near State Road 23, we had a crash there, but all lanes there are now clear. We also had an accident leading up to the Dames Point Bridge on the northbound side. It was a hit and run, but lanes there are clear now as well. And like I said, Blanding, you guys are really about to get hit with some rain, so be careful out there. Please slow it down this morning. And as Mike and I have been mentioning all morning, the rain really creating some problems. So let's go out to our Shelby Danielson along with a photographer. They are driving around in these conditions. Where are you now, Shelby?
Hey Katie, good morning. We just passed Lane Avenue. We're on I-10 East, and on the left side of the road here, we just passed a semi and another vehicle on the side of the road. As you mentioned, you've been mentioning all morning, a lot of accidents and a lot of people even pulling over just with their flashers on, which can be very hazardous, of course. So make sure you get off of an exit if you feel like you can't drive in this. And we've been talking a lot about people just speeding in that downpour of rain, and now you can see it's the complete opposite. We're hitting rush hour traffic, and we're almost at a standstill here on I-10 East. And while the storm is further ahead of us now, and we're not seeing that heavy downpour and all that lightning, we are seeing, the aftermath of it. The roads are very slick, visibility still low. Again, still seeing a lot of accidents. And a couple miles on the left of us on I-10 West, we had an accident earlier this morning, so I'm not sure if they're still there or not, but make sure you're careful because patrol cars are pulled over to help those cars that get into crashes, so you make sure you don't want to hit them, steer clear of them. We're going to keep an eye on your roads for you, but again, we're on I-10 East, heading into downtown, very slow moving. Please be careful. Hydroplaning, of course, a big risk this morning. Back to you guys.
Well, new developments for you this morning. This after a deadly crash on I-95 near the World Golf Village. A young boy now has also died from his injuries, happening Monday afternoon near International Golf Parkway in 95. 32-year-old Nazia Hussain and a 4-year-old boy from Ontario, Canada died after that single car crash. Investigators say that SUV veered right onto the shoulder, striking a tree, then overturning. 2 adult passengers were also taken to the hospital in serious condition. Rescues had to help pull them from the wreckage. Traffic backed up for several hours in that trouble spot.
Justin Ross Harris has started serving his life sentence at the Valdosta State Prison. He was transferred there after a jury found him guilty on 8 counts of malice murder and felony murder in the death of his 22-month-old son, Cooper. The toddler died in a hot SUV back in June of 2014.
And developing out of Jacksonville's south side now, a man is in the hospital after he fell more than 30 feet from a crane on Phillips Highway Monday. The accident happened around 11 o'clock yesterday morning at Wheel 1 Incorporated. The man was changing some light bulbs and was on a scissor lift crane when it fell. Now, he's suffering some very serious injuries, as you can imagine.
Today, a new administration takes over at the local state attorney's office. Melissa Nelson will take over for Angela Corey after her victory in the election last November. She said some of her top priorities include restoring trust in the state attorney's office and taking a different approach to juvenile justice in Jacksonville. Outgoing state attorney Angela Corey will become the general counsel for the new sheriff in Clay County.
Well, Jack's Beach, heads up. Check out what these guys caught. A pair of brothers, Darren and Jordan Wilkes. Got a picture there of a 6-foot bull shark they caught. It was about 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. Specifically, if you're just wanting a heads up near 12th Avenue North. Said it took them about 40 minutes to get it onto the beach. After they weighed it, they said it was 200 pounds, a little more. And then they later said that they safely put him back into the ocean.
Can't get any better than that.
Wow.
Oh my word, this is in Port Canaveral. A 12-foot great white was seen swimming around a deep-sea fishing charter. The Canaveral Princess was about 25 miles off the port when they spotted the beast coming to the surface. Wow. It wasn't the first time, though. The same fishing vessel spotted a 14-footer just a week before. goodness. I'll pass.
Still got a bigger problem with the bull shark, personally. I think gray white's fine. All right, still ahead on Good Morning Jacksonville. How in the world does something like this happen? Airline employee getting stuck in the cargo hold, and it lasted the entire flight. How he's doing afterwards.
Oh my gosh, and a car you just saw there rolled off the back of a boat and it was all caught on camera. While the owners say they lost more than just a vehicle.
Jeez.
Good morning. Warm tropical start. Check out the temperatures well into the 60s. Of course, the big story, the soggy weather across the area. 65 Jacksonville, 72 St. Augustine. Whenever you're seeing temperatures, oh boy, where you normally see for your highs this time of day, and then you get a cold front to the west where winter's trying to make a comeback. That's when we get in on all this rain we're seeing out there. So we got to be very careful out there. As we take a look at our travel delays Tuesday, they're there up and down the eastern seaboard. Here's the cold front, winter trying to make a comeback. Check out all these storm reports. The map just littered with them. Even several tornado reports in southwest Georgia, Alabama. For us, we're not concerned about the tornado threat or severe threat. It's about the wet roadways, and it does look like we'll have not one but two rounds of heavy rain today. Maybe one as we head to work. We see that right now, and then another one on the way home by 4 o'clock. So here's the heavy rain moving through the area right now. We are picking up some stronger storms, especially from Lake Butler to Brooker. These have the potential to bring in maybe some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds along with that pounding of water on the roadways. And you see that lightning. High Springs southward into Alachua County. Another strong storm. Will continue to track that. But for now, here comes the rain again. In Middleburg, get the umbrellas out by 7:23. Green Cove Springs by 7:52. We'll take a look at more rain in that 7-day forecast, including the weekend. But first, Katie Jeffries in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center. Katie, doing a good job keeping people safe here.
Oh, thank you, Mike. So are you. And you know, your time is 6:41 out there, and you've got just rain after rain moving through, and that's really coating our roadways with ponding. So really be careful out there because we've had a lot of crashes coming in. 295 northbound just before the Dames Point Bridge. Watch out there. We did have an accident, but it looks like all lanes there are open. This blue represents the ponding, so especially along I-10, along 295 through the west side, even 295 up here towards I-95 as you would move towards the north side. A lot of ponding on those roadways, so you want to slow down. Do not slam on your brakes. That could lead to hydroplaning, so give yourself extra space between you and the car in front of you because you will slide this morning if you hit those brakes. Back to you.
Well, maybe you think you're having a bad day. Just remember, it could always be worse. And here's your pep talk for the morning of how it could be. Yep, that could be your car, couldn't it? Rolled right off a barge heading to Fraser Island in Australia, and then it sank. A group of girls actually rented the vehicle for their trip. No one was inside the vehicle, let us assure you of that, but the owners lost their cell phones, their bank cards, their passports, as well as other valuables. Don't know who was at fault here, if it was the ferry company or maybe the brake wasn't set. Also, if they've got that very important renter's insurance now. Oh boy.
You know, this story just had me scratching my head like, how in the world? A United Airlines baggage handler somehow got locked inside of a plane's cargo hold. It happened on the flight from Charlotte to Washington, D.C. No one realized until the flight landed 90 minutes later. No one realized this guy was gone. Amazingly, the employee, 45-year-old Reginald Gaskin, was unharmed, but he declined to discuss how he wound up inside that cargo hold. He said his attorney advised him not to. Smart move.
Oh, Reginald. Where was Reginald that whole flight? An airline pilot now facing charges after police say he was found drunk and unconscious in the cockpit. Happened at the Calgary airport. That's Canada, of course. Other airline employees said the pilot was behaving strangely before he lost consciousness and slumped over in his seat. Police said the situation had a potential for some major disaster.
They found him actually slumped over in the seat, in the pilot seat. To be more than 3 times the legal limit, that's a lot of booze.
How much times the legal limit? Do I have to 3 times? Did the man say 3 times? That's a whole lot of alcohol, man. You got to fly somebody. Police said the pilot was a 37-year-old from Slovakia who was in Canada on a work visa. I don't think that work visa is going to be sticking around. My gosh.
My word. All right,
Laugh
folks.
to keep from crying, I guess.
Your time now, 6:44. That is crazy. And just ahead on Good Morning Jacksonville, remember that SpaceX rocket that exploded back in September? Well, we now know what caused that explosion. Look at that. A look at it, plus when another rocket will be launched.
And it was a nightmare at airports across the country last night. The reason passengers were in line for hours trying to get back into the United States.
Normal one? Okay. .647 is your time, your power block of news. Before we get to the Today Show and Good Morning America, got to take a look at our radar at this moment. Rainy out there, heavy rain actually falling inside the Beltway now, Duval County.
and throughout the region. We did have a tornado warning earlier for Columbia County. That has expired, but certainly strong storms. Meteorologist Mike Prangley with what you need to know in just a few minutes as you head back to work.
But right now, though, we do want to give you a heads up about this one. Just a heartbreaking situation. At least 5 people are dead as severe storms swept across the South. 4 of those people were killed in Alabama when a tree fell on a mobile home in Houston County. Emergency officials have told residents to stay inside and wait until the morning to assess the damage. Those that live in the area say that the close-knit community will be hit hard by this tragic accident.
You know, there's a lot of people that will be affected by this, and of course there's a lot of compassion there. Have great responders throughout this community that have spent a lot of time here.
The names of those killed have not yet been released, though all have been reported to be women. Well, dozens of passengers are expected to be okay after a scary incident at JIA overnight.
Southwest flight. I was going from San Antonio to Orlando, had to make the emergency stop here in Jacksonville, and one passenger calls it the scariest moment of his life. Now, he was tweeting about this situation a great deal. Actually has video from inside the cabin as the oxygen masks were released. Passenger Matt Oliver says it all started, they were flying through a storm, and then he noticed it getting really hot, and passengers began to smell smoke. That's when he said the plane went straight down. People were crying. He said his water bottle actually imploded, and chip bags were blowing up, and that the pressure changed so fast that he broke a blood vessel, according to his Twitter feed. The plane eventually continued on to its final destination, or at least a replacement plane did. The flight, that plane specifically, had to be fixed. Southwest has responded to this whole thing, saying it was in fact a pressurization issue, and the airline added that no one was hurt, and they did apologize.
This has to be at least 5,000 people in line right now. This is worse.
Now, this is another issue, totally separate, but it stalled travelers across the country last night. It was a computer outage for Customs and Border Protection nationwide, and it affected people who were trying to wrap up their holiday trips from overseas. Thousands of people coming from outside the United States, back home or in, stalled as customs agents had to process people by hand. Now, at Miami's International Airport, officials said more than 30 flights were affected. Passengers said they were left in hot, cramped spaces, waiting to get through. 2 people actually passed out from the heat while they were waiting in line there, and at JAA actually some residual delays and problems as well because of all this. U.S. Customs and Border Protection has not said what caused this outage. It was fixed by about 10 o'clock, and they do say they don't believe it was malicious or any sort of hack.
A lot of airport issues this morning, and Arizona Airport is expected to reopen after a jet is forced to make a hard landing. Officials say the jet was coming in for a landing when the gear collapsed beneath it, causing the jet to land on its nose. The Scottsdale Airport was initially closed because of the incident, but luckily no one was hurt.
The 115th Congress convenes today. Back to work. As with every first day, the House will vote to elect the Speaker of the House. Speaker Paul Ryan is expected to be reelected. Nancy Pelosi is also expected to lead the Democratic vote. After the vote, members will participate in roll call, then be sworn in and get to work.
Wow, do you remember this? New information about that massive explosion involving a SpaceX rocket at Cape Canaveral last September. The company now says one of its helium bottles buckled during fueling, causing extra pressure that made it burst. That explosion rattled buildings for miles around, destroying a $200 million satellite and severely damaged the launch pad. Now, SpaceX now plans to make its first launch since that explosion on Sunday.
All right, umbrella weather. I mean, we're talking about a difficult driving type of morning. Another round of heavy rain moving through Duval, Clay, St. John's right now, and even picking up a thunderstorm out there toward Highway 301, Brooker in the Stark area. You could see some wind gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour. Right now, not expecting any severe thunderstorm warnings, but again, if you're in Fleming Island by 747 Green Cove Springs, it's going to pour. A little gully washers on the way. High Springs back into Alachua County. This is the strongest storm in the entire state right now. That one could produce maybe some wind gusts close to 50. We'll continue to watch that closely. We will get a break in the rain. If you can hang in there till about 9-10 a.m. and then a second round this afternoon after 2:30. It does look like it'll be weaker though as the upper dynamics lift to the north. So today's high, amazing, isn't it? 80 degrees, but notice the trend, the cooling trend, turning chilly by Thursday, 69. In fact, the weekend, we could have some more rain with yet another cold front on the way. It's going to be an active pattern. So notice Saturday morning, Could wake up with raw, chilly 41, highs of just 55. Sunday would be the drier of the 2 days, but notice I have winter coats in there for you. 35 to start, 50 for our high. And one thing to watch is maybe a southern snowstorm. If you have plans to Atlanta, Georgia, and the Carolinas this weekend, the maps are hinting at maybe some accumulating snow. So we're going to keep an eye on it. And yes, we have plenty of winter in that 7-day forecast, and it's battling and trying to kick out all of that warm tropical air you feel outside. So a couple rounds of rain today, umbrella weather, high of 80, and then here comes winter roaring back. 50s this weekend, 29 for your low by Monday morning. But for now, it's about keeping you safe with Katie and the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. Your time is 6:53. So let's talk about all that rain and all that ponding that's happening on the roadways. We've got your rush hour delays already kicking in on 295 Buckman Bridge as well as I-10. And we've had quite a few accidents out here on the west side this morning. US 90 and Halcema Road North. You can still see delays there by an eastbound lane that is blocked. Also here along I-10 eastbound at Cassett. Our Shelby Danielson sent us a quick video as she passed by. It looked like a car had flipped over, and it looks like one of those lanes might be blocked there, which is adding on to the delays. Normandy, a crash with injuries near County Road 217, so look out there for some first responders. Please be careful for first responders as well as officers stopping to help people in these crashes. This ponding on the roadway is definitely going to cause hydroplaning, so don't slam on your brakes. Give yourself extra time and slow down this morning. Let's get out to our Shelby Danielson. She is out there driving. Like I said not long ago, she saw a crash on I-10. Shelby.
That's right, Katie. Good morning. You mentioned that crash. It took a little video of it. Looked like a car was flipped over on the embankment. We also just passed what looked like another crash on the Trout River Bridge. That was on 95 South. It looked like the left lane was blocked and slowing down traffic a little bit there. Again, though, we are on 95 going toward the airport. It's not as heavy as it was earlier, but that doesn't mean the roads aren't slick. And just in addition to crashes, we're also seeing a lot of cars pulled over to the side of the road with their flashers on, and you can see just how dark it is out here. It's going to be hard for the sun to peek through this morning, so it's pretty dark. Make sure those windshield wipers are in working order, and if you need to pull over, please get off on an exit. Don't pull over to the side of the road. We've been talking about crashes all morning and people going faster than they probably should. So we're going to keep an eye on the roads for you for the rest of the morning, of course, on social media as well. Back to you guys.
6:55 is your time. Time for your top stories to help you get out the door before 7 o'clock. The search is now on for the person who shot a man in Arlington last night. The victim told JSO he was shot on Lone Star Road and that the shooter was in a small, dark sedan. So please, if you know anything, call Crime Stoppers, 866-845-TIPS.
Well, it's the first day on the job for sheriffs in Putnam, Flagler, and Clay counties. Darrell Daniels will be sworn in. He was in Clay County, making him the first African-American sheriff elected there. But before he even starts, a number of people are not happy with him for picking outgoing attorney Angela Corey for the force's legal counsel.
Teenager, now the second person to die after a shooting on New Year's Day. It happened at 18th and Main in Springfield. 17-year-old Marquise Marquez died at the hospital Sunday night. The first victim, 22-year-old Kareem Hagan, died at the scene. No arrests have been made in that case either.
Well, the search for a new Jags head coach is heating up. The team is expected to interview Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan on Friday. Arizona's OC Harold Goodwin reports says that he'll interview with the team's top brass later today, but Bucs defensive coordinator Mike Smith is on the Big Cats wish list. Also, Patriots OC Josh McDaniels, and don't rule out Doug Marrone. A lot of folks looking at him as well.
We'll be watching this next week or so. Mike Kay says we'll have a report. Mike Prangley.
Yeah, just tweeting. Unfortunately, the heaviest rain now moving right along the I-95 corridor, so Duval County into St. Johns County. Numerous accidents, and it looks like this round of rain, boy, it's going to continue at least for the next half hour, so be extra careful. We tilt the radar, and another round of rain this afternoon. The big 7-day forecast, hey, we cool down in a big way, and winter coats by this weekend.
Wow. These are not the conditions that I wanted people to have to face to go back to work, and some schools are going back. This is a look at I-95 southbound near Heckscher. You can see an accident there in the left-hand lane. We've got a lot of accidents along I-10 eastbound as well. One near Cassett, it looks like a car may have flipped, so please, hydroplaning. It's a serious issue out there this morning. Slow down. Do not slam on your brakes.
Yeah, be safe out there on the roadways. We'll see you right back here in just 30 minutes. Have a good one.